2-0 Nicky Simmons. How do you think that went?
It was a good game, to be quite fair, and we were all in here, obviously it couldn't be for fun, and both teams played very well. Shame on the score line, but I think both sets of fans played good football all around. It was good to see Jimmy Glass, obviously Carlisle, get on in the last few minutes, but yeah, it looked good.
Did you expect to beat them by that scoreline, or?
To be quite honest, first half it was pretty even. I thought Carlisle gave them a good game, and we could have been better, but we'll give it an even kill. The second half, we made a few changes, and obviously them changes sufficed and changed the game.
Why were you up for helping the cause?
Basically, I've got family in Carlisle, so obviously I've got in touch with people, and obviously I know a couple of members of the first team. Joyce, fantastic role model for kids, and he wished me well before the game. But yeah, no, it was good.
All right, thank you.
Welcome to Welling Football Club. First of all, we'd like to thank Welling United for kindly hosting today's fixture. And we'd certainly like to welcome all our friends from Carlisle United. The reason we're here, of course, is because we're raising money for the flood victims. Those of us, of course, down in the south probably can't appreciate just what such an event can mean to people, but the pictures were distressing, you know. And as football fans, of course, we found the pictures of Carlisle United's ground particularly upsetting. So we wish them well. We wish you well. We've got one VIP guest with us today. I believe he's a Carlisle United legend. He's also Scottish, but we forgive him that because as England fans, we're delighted to have somebody that was England number 2. John, of course, was number 2 to Glenn Hoddle, and steered us through quite a difficult qualification campaign for the '98 World Cup. And those of us who remember the game out in Turin, I mean, where those boys did wear the 3 lines with pride. So, as I say, as England fans, we're extremely delighted to have John with us, and we'd just like to say welcome. Thanks very much. A special guest, an old friend of mine, Neil Smith, comes courtesy of Help the Aged.
You all right, Carl?
Yeah, terrific player in his day with Gillingham, Fulham and Reading. As you'll know from the programme, he won promotion at every professional club. I had the honour of working with Smudger at Grays, and it was an honour because with you and Tosh, I learnt a lot. And I still believe that had you been allowed to finish the job instead of interference, I think that Grays might be in a lot healthier position than they are now. Terrific fella, it's great to be around. The lads who've worked with him today will probably testify to that. And Grays has lost, of course, his Bromley's game. So delighted to have Neil here, and thanks for coming again, mate. Football being the game it is, you can be absolutely totally anonymous 1 minute and then your name's known the world over. And that applies to our next guest, who I believe only made 3 appearances for Carlisle, but will score a goal that none of us will ever forget. Because his name's Jimmy Glass, and as we saw today, he goes down like a ton of bricks. He takes it all in good, right? He didn't moan once. But anyway, so we're delighted that Jimmy Glass is here. It's an honour for us, and welcome. Our last guest has had a decent career non-league, but and the girls will probably like this more. He's got a bit of a TV star. For those of you who watch these things, Mark Hammond appeared in Sky TV's Dream Team, is it called? As a player for Harchester United. Amongst other credits, he lists Crossroads and Coronation Street. But no, terrific player. Again, delighted that he's with us, and he's helped us out more than willingly. And it's an honour to have you with us as well, Mark. So thanks very much. I'd just like to thank all of you today for observing the minute silence for the victims of the Brussels attack last week. We played Brussels, Belgium, a few years ago in a fans match just before we went to Ukraine. And one of the guys who played for them was a guy called David Stegan, who's very senior and elect. And of course I kept in touch with David, and I sent him an email expressing our condolences, and of course fortunately for him he wasn't personally affected, but he said to me he was really grateful to receive our kind words, and that for them life has changed, as we all know what it feels like in London. But we told him that what we were doing today was partly in honour of Carlisle, the floods and what have you, and that we were going to observe a minute's silence. So he was very grateful that we did that, and I thank you all for doing that, because it seems whenever we play an England fans match, we seem to have something to unfortunately commemorate. And, yeah, so many minutes silence is incredible. But grateful that you observed that. All we can do is hope that the relevant authorities get their act together and sort this problem out. Likewise, I mean, my memory of Johan Cruyff, because we play Holland tonight, is of having watched him in '77 at Wembley when they destroyed him. Maybe Smodger and John Gorman and Mark and Jimmy maybe have even more personal memories of Johan. You maybe have met him.
Bleeding in some got a picture of his.
There you go, you see. So, you know, and put it a terrific player. So, as I say, I think you should give yourselves a round of applause because it was brilliant, and I salute you. I'd like to say a big thank you to Chris Tembley and Jamie Grubb, who unfortunately can't be with us today, for all his help in getting today's game on. Chris and a guy from our team, Nicky Simmons, were predominantly getting today's game on. As I say, we appreciate that the people of Cumbrian had an awful time. And but I'd like to thank you, Chris, and your fine group of supporters of Carlisle. If you're an example of Carlisle Supporters Club, then they're very lucky to have you all. But I'd like to just make a small presentation to Chris, and if you could take this for Jamie as well. If you could do that for us, Smudge. Yeah. And just to say thanks very much, mate. Thank you so much.
No, he's out, or he's out on the pitch.
Oh, is it all right? What about Paul White?
Yeah.
Paul? Okay. Smudge? Yeah. So we'd like to thank Paul for his assistance in getting today's game on. Okay. John, if you could present this, please. We'd just like to mark the occasion with a small presentation to Nicky Simmons, who worked very hard getting today's game. Our sponsors here, Chris?
Martin's not, unfortunately. I'm, yeah.
Okay, for our two sponsors, Andreas Carter Sports and Martin Morrow, please give this a sign. Before we make our next presentation, you might have noticed that the lads wore pink moustaches today. Today, as you know, is Breast Cancer Awareness Day, and everybody who's going to Wembley tonight has been encouraged to wear pink to support the occasion. Obviously, we're probably not going to go to the game wearing pink, but so I thought we'd just make a little gesture of support today. I know, John, that you experienced personal tragedy in this area, and of course we don't forget. My wife Mari passed away through cancer, and I'm sure your friends here at Carlisle United remember that only too well. So I'm very grateful to you all that you supported that. I hope that means something to you, sir, because you know, we are part of the football family. We don't forget what you did for England, and I'm sure that your wife's passing is probably still something you think about on a daily basis. So please accept our thoughts and best wishes on that regard. We'd just like to make a small presentation. So thank you very much. I've got something for Smudge somewhere, which I'd like John to present. It's something that perhaps typifies Neil's, and I use the term loosely, all-action performance. But again, we're very grateful that somebody like Smudger, who's played the game at the highest level, doesn't forget perhaps where it all started. He gave a lot to the game at the top, and he's never been one to play the big I am. He'll talk to anyone and work with anybody, who's proven by the fact he speaks and has worked with me. But he's a fantastic guy, and I only wish that all footballers were like Smudge, because as you know, the game has been receiving some pretty dire publicity of late. And when you get the likes of John, Mark and Neil and Jimmy Glass doing what they've done today, for us mere mortals, these guys have done what most of us in this room would give our right arm to do. So we'd just like to thank you, Smudger, for coming, and John, if you could present that to Neil for I'll just open the floor, if I may, perhaps for you, Chris, to start with, and perhaps Jon and then Smudge, if you just want to say a few words, if you don't.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Thanks to everybody for being here today, for supporting from the word go. Paul, everybody at Welling United, it's just like blown my mind. Unbelievable for what you've offered us for today. So thank you for all your support and texting back at God knows what time it was. Garford, unbelievable. Nicky, I mean, the passion that you guys have shown us, I couldn't even imagine anything like it. The programmes, the lists, the gifts, the group of players you brought along and represent. Absolute credit to yourselves. Thank you, Neil, Mark, John, of course, Sir Jimmy, of course. Just thanks so much, guys. It means a lot to raise money for those back home who were affected so badly. So we've all done our part, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart to Dave and Mike as well for bringing along the stuff. And the branch, we've got a couple of gifts actually there. There's a brick in there, but it's all about the bag. So. And Jimmy.
I don't think I can follow you, to be fair. Can I follow?
Yeah, you can actually.
When Chris contacted me just recently, I was in Spain enjoying my little break as usual, and he asked me if I could come here today, and of course I was delighted to be able to help, because Carlisle obviously means so much to me, because it was I was there at an amazing time, and then I actually went up with my great friend Les O'Neill and went round the houses that was damaged with the stadium, and you don't realise till you get there just how bad it was. And then for people like you that have done it to England, because working with England as well, I thought, well, that couldn't have been any better, the supporter of the England. You know, I am a Scotsman. It was one of the most memorable, and you know, it was just such a pleasure to work with England. And at the time I did, some people today has been asking me on the side just a little things, what was it like to work with the lads that was there and all the rest. And it was such a pleasure, it was such an honour to be involved at that level. And then to see them playing the other night the way they did, and I came here today thinking, this is going to be a right shambles. You know,
You're right.
I have to say, when I seen Smudger and Mark come as well, and that, lads that I've known from the past, and of course Big Glassy. But the standard from everybody today, you should all give yourselves a pat on the back, because I really thought I'd be close to tears, but I actually really enjoyed the game. I really thought there was real competitiveness to it, and there was some wonderful football. There was passing that was played. The game was played in the right manner, and eventually Glassy had to get his goal. But it was just...
We give it that to Sean.
Yeah. Some of the goals... Where's Barry, the lad that came on the side, the super sub? Is he not here? No, the super sub was...
Carlisle. Carlisle.
No, yours.
Oh.
Top
Bobby. Bobby Watson.
Yeah, there he is. He cracking me up.
There he is, look.
Is he hiding there?
Yeah.
Don't touch my
He's never been that quiet for so long.
Oh, you can't have a
Thanks for going,
photo.
Bob.
Hey, wait a minute, it's my speech here. You can
Sorry.
Just getting back to the game, he asked me today, Gareth, just to do pick the players of the match for both teams. And I'll tell you why. At the beginning I thought that's going to be easy. The keeper for Carlisle was outstanding at the beginning. I thought he's number one, and then it changed a little bit. Somebody else took over. The number 5, the defender at the back, it reminded me of Stanley, and then I thought he's going to be it. And then there was the subs come on for this is for Carlisle, and I would like to give it to the lad that was I don't know number 9. I don't know his name.
Hang on.
What the hell is that you got?
There's rugby Dave.
Yeah, come on, David.
And then looking at the England team at the beginning, I thought he's a set to get it. And then 5 minutes later, Mark come on, and he was absolutely outstanding as well. And really, his goal was wonderful. His cross, his skill, and I thought he's a set. Murray at the back, I thought was absolutely amazing. He looked like Bobby Moore in his prime. Never back to And then again the subs came on, and the two young. I was in the cafe this morning, and I thought I'd get here quite early because it's been that long since I've been at Welling. I might have got the wrong ground. So I got over there, had a wee Sloppy Joe's, or what you call it, over the road, and I just got. I thought I was looking after my body, 2 poached eggs, and coffee, and then in comes a dad who was in England, tracksuit on, and he knew me, and that is from Colchester, sitting there with his 2 sons. He told me they were 16 or whatever, the 2 boys, and they were ordered hamburger and chips. And I says to them, "Are you playing in the game?" and anyway, I think everybody should eat hamburger. Both young brothers were outstanding, but I don't know your first name, son. You were going to, I forgot it to be Tom. Tom, I thought you were, in the little time you were on, you were absolutely outstanding and a wonderful spirit to the game. You look like a player. Wish you both all the best, both good footballers. And I'd like to congratulate you and give you a man of the match.
I'm going to be quick, guys, because I know you want to go in the bar and there's a game on tonight. Again, I'd like to just say thanks to Garth as well. He works, every time he put on a game, it's so professional. It's really up there. All the time he takes to do all the programming and getting people to turn up and everything else. And that's why it's always been a pleasure to come and play in these sort of games for Garth, because he does it for the right reasons. It's not about him, it's about everybody else getting something out of it, and the fact that we've raised some money for Carlisle. We are in the football family, and to see that devastation on a football pitch on that scale in the homes and your local lives turn upside down, we can't do anything, and this is our little way of being able to do something. So, I hope you get something out of it. And it was great that you've come down and, played it in the right manner as well. And I'd also like to thank Welling for giving us your pitch. It is a precious pitch to play on, and some of these guys to play on there, it's an honour, and I can only thank you again on behalf of Garth and the England boys and John. I've known John years, and to have someone this good to come and represent England, to represent Carlisle, to actually take the time out to turn up and be a part of it, you don't realise what a special guy this is. I was very fortunate to be coached by him at Reading, and all he wants to do is pass. So for John to turn around and say that was done in the right manner is an honour, because the guy likes to play it the right way. And I thank you again, John, for giving us your time on very special occasion, and hopefully we can do something, you know, on a regular basis, you know, stand the Garth, but obviously thank you as well for, you know, for bringing your guys down, and hopefully we put on a fantastic event for you that you'll all go away and take some memories back, and, you know, just realise how lucky we all are that we weren't, you know, part of that devastation. But on behalf of everybody, I'd like to say thanks for giving us your time.
Before we move on to the presentation of the trade, we've just got a few things to mark within our group. There appears to have been a baby in England Fans FC, so we'd just like to congratulate Don and his partner Maddie, who's just had a baby girl. Rob and Sarah had a baby girl. Richie and Sarah, who've had a baby girl. But I understand
baby girl.
that the two Sarahs are different, so and finally we've got a friend amongst us who comes along and supports us for a few games, and he's here today in spite of the fact that his father passed away at the back end of last week. And Sarah would just like to say we're sorry for your loss, mate.
Yes,
everybody. So, John, if you can present to the England fans and Smudge to Carlisle.
Yep.
So we'll start with our guests, Carlisle, who John said took part in a magnificent game. Great spirit, great team, great bunch of lads. And we'll start with Sam Beatty. To show your appreciation, please. Jack Casey. Jason Casey. Sam Clarkson. Nick Crowther. Andrew Robinson. Tom Edmondson. Tom Fitzpatrick. Mark Glaser. Jimmy Glass. Martin Holmes. Alan Bullock. Neil Jardine. Chris Newson. Ivan Newson. Nat. Matt Penguin. John Sorry-Cook Cookson. Matt Tasker. Dave Thompson. Jamie Tyson. Ralph Woods. And Captain Chris Kendi. And finally, presentation copy to the manager, Mr. Neil Jardine, please. Okay, England fans, Brandon Blake. Chris Brown. Michael Doyle. John Goodall.
his old pal Dina.
We'd like to present a copy to Welling Football Club, please.
This gentleman here has been coming here for as long as he's lived. He's 86 coming up. And he looks 56.
Just one more we'd like to present from all England fans with all our love to John Gorman.
Yeah, brilliant, John. Well done, John.
That just leaves us for now to present the trophy to the winning captain. And of course, that was us. So, there we go. I'd just like to invite Richie Moore to collect the trophy on behalf of the... Just like to ask John, we had a little bit of assistance on the bench today. What's your name? Sade. And Sade was looking back on the bench. As you know, fellas, we've got as you know, some of us were in Berlin on Saturday night. We had a fantastic night in Berlin on Saturday night, those of us who were there, and we witnessed, of course, a very famous win. And we've got a copy of the match day programme available to the lucky winner of the next ticket you're going to draw out.
This is the one. This is the big one.
Penny,
It's from 766 to 770. Who is that?
Yeah, 765. One out again.
You don't get it.
Nice.
Smudge. Smudger. You deserve it.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Wish everybody all the best. Good luck to England tonight. Good luck to Carlisle.